Was the feeling pretty much the same coming off the Ohio State loss as the LSU loss was the year before?
Yeah, this one stung pretty good. Obviously it was pretty embarrassing. I thought we just got out physical. We didn't adjust well at all during the game. There was just so many things we did terribly on the defensive side, and it's just something we're trying to take ownership of this spring and get better at. We got a lot of guys coming back, but that only matters if we improve. So that's a big emphasis on this spring and this summer, and just our preparation and just gaining more knowledge on this side of the ball, and getting bigger, stronger, more physical, and coming with the right mindset for this next season.
Nolan, it's David Hood. Going back to that game against LSU, some of the times you just tip your hat to a great quarterback in Burrow and NFL wide receivers, and they just made plays. Against Ohio State, though, wide open guys, busts in the secondary. Have you been a part of something like that, at Clemson? And what were your thoughts during the game as you're seeing this and watching it, and then the aftermath after it?
Yeah, it's definitely frustrating, to be a part of, from every aspect. Obviously, they made us adjust, lined up a lot, formation to the boundary, flipped the formation, trying to make, basically a young defense move and adjust and flip the formation and with some tempo. And we did not do a good job with it, in any part of the game. And, that showed. And, it's frustrating to be a part of, that we weren't prepared. We didn't prepare the way we should. And, give up a bunch of plays like that. And, just having guys running wide open down the field. And, it's super frustrating. And so that's something we've, taken ownership of and have gone back and broken it down. And now we're here to fix it and get better and grow from it. So, not let that happen again.
When you say that you feel like maybe you guys didn't prepare as well, what does that mean? Is that more film study or just being caught off guard by some of those things?
Yeah, just guys, just the defense as a whole, just not knowing their job, within the game plan and how we're adjusting and when we're rotating or not, and when your assignments are flipping, and we just didn't do a good job throughout the game of handling that, and we'll get better and we'll fix it. We've addressed it, and we try to get better.
Hey, Nolan, this is Anna with Clemson 24/7. I know it's first day, but what are your initial impressions of mid-year Andrew Makuba?
Yeah, Makuba's done a great job, coming here, just getting to work. I think he's super talented. He's, not scared out here, a confident kid. He's got great footwork. Just had a great first day, watching him out here make plays. It's encouraging to see a young guy come in on their first day and, contribute, making plays and standing out. So, he's definitely got a really bright future. And, we're excited for him, having him with us.
Hey, Nolan, it's Josh from Charleston. Have you spoken to Justin Foster? He made his decision to move on from the program.
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
Justin Foster.
No, I don't know what. I haven't spoken to Justin, about his decision, but he's been around, so we'll see. I don't know. I'm going to talk to him.
Nolan, that Ohio State performance notwithstanding, your defense was really dominant all season when you were at full strength. Just how good do you think this unit can be with all the guys that you have coming back?
I think we got a lot of potential, but that doesn't mean anything. We just got to get out here. We got to get better. We got to improve physically as a defense, all of us. We got to improve mentally, just with our knowledge of the game, especially on the back end. We got to get better. We got to make more plays, I think, from a back end standpoint, and just be a more physical presence. And so I think this group, has a lot of potential. We can be, a really good defense, have a really good back seven, but we got to step up. And, that starts this spring with all the work we put in, these scrimmages that are coming up, and in the spring game. So, it's going to be exciting spring, to watch these guys compete and improve throughout this time. And so I'm excited to, watch this group.
Hey, Nolan, this is Will Vandervoort with the Clemson Insider. How much, knowing how many guys you had coming back, how much did that weigh in your decision, knowing that you guys were going to be even more experienced this year and a lot of those young guys are going to be grown up?
I don't think it really affected my decision a whole lot, really. Just being granted this, COVID year, personally, I got things to work on. I wanted to come back and, finish grad school and then just come back and, being a part of this team, is definitely it's special, have this group of guys back, and I'm excited to have, to come back and play with all these guys one more time. And so it, I don't know, it had I wouldn't say it had a huge impact on my decision, but it is exciting to come back and, and play with these guys one more time.
Nolan, this is Larry Williams with TigerIllustrated.com. Several times you've mentioned the need for this defense to get better physically. How sobering was it, I guess, for this group to be sort of physically, I guess, overwhelmed in some areas in that game? You probably didn't expect that going in.
Yeah, I don't think we did, and it definitely very humbling, and we got exposed, and that's just what we've got to work on, and it was obvious, I think, to everybody that watched the game, and we got to step up. So we got guys growing up, and with this off season we got coming up, we're going to take advantage of it, and we're going to get right.
Anything else for Nolan?
Hey,
Oh, go ahead.
Coach Venables is known for being intense and taking a lot of pride. Have you seen anything out of him after that game that, things are going to change, or how he responded to what happened?
Well, first of all, he took ownership like any great leader would. He's such a great play caller and coordinator, and I know he's going to respond, and just like we're all going to follow behind him, and he's just a great guy to play for, and obviously got a ton of respect for him, and but yeah, I'd say just the way he took ownership of things, and getting us to just follow behind him and grow and get better and improve, and that's really all we can do. Just put this one behind us and get better.
Nolan, David with ESPN. It's hard to sort of quantify because when you're going into playoff, it's against really, really good teams. So you would expect that maybe the defense isn't going to do quite as well as it does against, a 3-9 team during the season. But do you feel like you went in prepared for that Ohio State game based on the schedule that you guys had played? Like, I'm guessing you hadn't seen anyone quite like Ohio State, but was it a little bit of a shock to the system because you hadn't played anyone kind of close to that caliber?
No, I don't think so. I think, throughout my years here, we played a lot of good teams, in the postseason that, might have been a lot better than some of our competition during the regular season. And, we prepare the same way every week. And, it's just what we do. And I just think we just didn't play well. And, we got out physical in that game. We did a very poor job of adjusting, and when those two things, when you're doing those two things wrong, it's not going to look good for you on any given night. So, those are areas we got to get better in.
Okay, we have time for one more question for Nolan.
Hey, Nolan. Specifically with the safety group with Landon out this spring, how much, I guess, is there a sense of urgency for guys like I guess Joseph has played more, but guys like Jalen Phillips and Ray Thornton and RJ Mickens to kind of step up and take that next step?
Yeah, it's great to see. We got a pretty deep safety group. A lot of young talent, and it's just giving guys more opportunities to show what they can do and get out here and compete. And JP, and Ray, work super hard, and same thing with RJ, Tyler, and all these guys. It's going to be exciting to watch them come out here and get more reps and compete and step up, and it's going to be a fun spring to watch these guys improve.
All right, thank you, Nolan.
Well, James
Nolan.
Skalski up shortly.
All right, thank y'all.
All right, last up is linebacker James Skalski. Please go ahead with questions.
Hey James, it's Trevor Gross from CUTigers.com. How much did the way last season ended? How much was that a motivation in your decision to come back?
That wasn't too much of it. I mean, of course it was a factor, but I mainly came back because I didn't feel like I got a full year of health, and I feel like I still got room to grow, and there's just a lot of uncertainties with COVID. So there's a lot more that played a factor than just that game. But that game definitely did help the decision.
You were obviously ejected in the last two playoff losses for your team. How difficult is it for you to play? Just a linebacker like you in general, just to play at your best, at full throttle and at that speed, and still manage to avoid those types of hits.
I mean, that's on me at the end of the day. I mean, the rule is there to protect people, and I got to respect the rule. And they're not out to get me; they're out to protect me. And I, to keep my career long and keep myself healthy is something I got to fix. So it's just I can still play fast and wide open and not crap out of people. I just got to keep my head up.
Hey James, Scott Kiefer with the Greenville News. Is that a little gray I'm seeing around your temples there?
I know, right? I am a little old. Man. I got a little in the beard here.
What's it like, being part of this unique group of 6-year guys?
I mean, we're the first. I mean, oh my goodness, there's some medical stuff, guys, I guess, in the situation, but this is a unique situation, and I'm thankful for it, honestly, just the way everything worked out, and I'm just happy to be here, and this decision is done, and I'm bought in. I'm ready to go.
Did the decisions of some of your teammates influence you, or were you set to come back regardless?
The 5 that came back, we all came in together. We're all pretty tight, and that's pretty easy. Just sit down in a group and look at each other and be like, "Hey, let's do this again." So it was kind of no one guy pulling another. We were all, communicate with each other and on the same page, and we all wanted it. So.
Hey, James, it's David Hood. When you talk about we're the first ones to do this, you have a chance to win 6 ACC championship rings, maybe go to a college football playoff 6 times. Unless something weird happens, nobody else will ever get that chance again. I mean, do you think about that? And what are you going to do with all that jewelry at some point?
Yeah, no, I don't really think about it because, gosh, I guess the ACC's become so normal. I mean, it's such a hard thing to do, but it's become so normal for us to just get there. So I don't even the ACC almost feels like the end of the regular season and the playoffs, the expectation, but I mean, it's crazy. I can remember growing up and, I'm a Georgia kid watching, college football and watching the ACC championship and thinking, dang, man, I wish I could win one of those. And, look up and you've seen everything you've won. I'm just so thankful to be a part of it.
James, this is Mike Griffith. I want to ask you a question about Georgia, the opener. Does a game like that whet your appetite a little bit more in the offseason? And you say you're a Georgia kid. Have you been to Athens? I mean, these campuses are 72 miles apart. I mean, is it likely to see a Clemson guy on the Georgia campus or vice versa?
Yeah, no, I all my good buddies from home, they all, they're all Bulldogs, and they all want tickets to the game, but no, it's cool. Luckily for me, I wasn't really a fan of any team growing up. My dad played a little at OU, so that's kind of where I leaned, honestly. But I just loved watching football, honestly, man. Good football. I'm all for that. So, but it does. You're playing a team as talented as Georgia and as good as Georgia, and I mean, it's going to be a big game, and it's very exciting. So, yeah, it definitely does. Motivate you a little bit, but we're just as motivated every year. I mean, we're just excited to play football. It doesn't matter who lines up in front of us.
James, Larry Williams with TigerIllustrated.com. There were quite a few breakdowns in the Sugar Bowl. Which one specifically bothers you the most as you look back that the defense suffered from in that game?
You know, there's missed assignments and stuff, but I think the most disappointing aspect of that game is we got punched in the mouth and we didn't do nothing about it. We got out physical. They kicked our ass, plain and simple. And that's never okay when you're playing football. Like, that's like rule number one right there. That's what football's about. So we gotta be mean, man. We gotta be mean. We gotta want it. And we didn't want it.
Jamie, on that note, did that come up in that meeting you guys had when you were talking about returning for that 6th year? And when and where did you guys have that meeting?
Me, Nolan, and me and V sat down a minute in the locker room after the game, you know, just talking. And I'm not gonna lie, when we were on the plane I'm sitting there with like Trevor, Nolan, and all of them, and just kind of discussing. And I knew I was had an idea I was coming back. But when I got on that plane, on the way home, I knew I was coming back for sure.
James, how surprised were you by Mike Jones's decision, and how much will he be missed in the linebacker room?
I'm surprised just because he's such a good player for us last year as a starter. But man, everyone's, you know, he's got his goals, and you know, it's just we're deep, and you know, he had to make a decision that's best for himself, and he's going to do great at LSU. And I got nothing but respect for Mike Jones. He's a great guy, great player. I'm excited to see what he does.
James, how much will you miss your bruised brother Balin during the spring? He'll be out.
Oh yeah. Oh definitely, man. I love the chemistry me and him got is I love playing with him, and he really is my brother, dude. Was a good buddy of mine, and yeah, it sucks, but he just needs to get healthy. But it's also exciting. We got a lot of young talent, a lot of young guys, and you know, even myself, you know, I can cool down on the reps because there's a lot of young guys that need to learn more football and see more football. I'm kind of like a coach a little bit, you know. I just gotta be a helping hand and help these guys learn, because there's competition, but the deeper you are, the better your team is, and the better you are when there's someone, you know, breathing down your neck. So hey, all of us getting better, it only helps all of us. So I'm all for just, you know, creating a monster in the linebacker room.
Hey, Jamie, this is Anna with Clemson 24/7. Speaking of the young guys, I know it was just the first day, but anything about mid-year Jeremiah Trotter kind of jump out at you?
Yeah, he was wide open. Another guy just can find the football. Just explosive, fast, just talented dude. I mean, the scheme's hard, man. When you never played in the V scheme, and there's a lot thrown at you. He's talking so fast, formations, everything's happening fast. So there's a lot going on. So you can never really tell, you know, how explosive a guy is, because they're just kind of stuck, you know. But he's one of those guys that he's wide open whatever he's doing, and that's really positive to see.
Okay, we have time for one more question for James.
James, do you think a lot of this defense's, I guess, ills, for lack of a better word, can be cured by the defensive line being a year older and better and more disruptive?
Experience helps a lot, you know, whatever it is. I think we were talented enough last year to win the whole thing, and I believe that. Like, I know we were good enough, but when it mattered most, the little things showed up. We didn't do the little things right, and we weren't physical enough, and we didn't have that dog in us, you know, and it showed.
All right. Thank you, James. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate you guys.
Thanks, James.